From the bend in the mighty Mississippi, in the western edge of Tennessee, it's Bumping the Night Paranormal. I'm your host, Bevo369. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is just another report update, whatever you want to call it. I was bored, really. Uh, you know, come to y'all many, many times telling you this ain't over. Hold the line, have faith, whatever. Uh, if you All right, let's take that certain letter out of the picture, okay? They don't exist. They never existed. We know that MSM is fake. They're bought, paid for. They show you programs to program your brain how to think. Every news channel out there on the TV lies according to their agenda. Even Fox, yes. Even Newsmax, yes. Look back. Do we know the difference between an executive order and an executive action? Y'all hang on just a minute. I gotta get my dog. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Where was I at? Executive orders and executive actions. Executive orders, which POTUS, uh, Donald Trump was signing, are legally binding orders that have to be followed. Executive actions are not legally binding and they're only suggestions. And all of the shit that the 46th president of the corrupt corporation of America is signing is being overturned anyway, It's not real. The way you got to look at this is don't take it seriously. I mean, how many times in history has the outgoing president of the United States of America flown away in Air Force One with Marine One and Two trailer? And I believe that POTUS still has the Air Force One and Marine One and Two. the presidential inauguration. I mean, just look at it. They're coming in from this angle, and his granddaughters are behind him and Jill. Was that congressman just off to the right? He's Joseph Robinette Biden do solemnly, and they switch around to directly in front of him. Well, the little girl was in between him and Jill, just behind him, with another girl right beside her, and the congressman just were to the right. They're no longer in the frame. When they come straight ahead, they're not there. They're gone. It was pre-recorded. It's not real, y'all. When the presidential parade was coming around, about 85% of the soldiers had their backs facing the parade, and the other few that were facing didn't salute the president. That's it's fake. Keep your hope up. Hold the line, as General Flynn said. You know, I don't fully subscribe to the 17th letter anymore. Too many hurry up and waits. You know, I'm not in the military. Tell me to hurry up, I'm gonna hurry up, and I want to see some results. I still believe in the plan. I still believe in POTUS. I still believe in the new party that's going to come out of all this. I still believe in a few of the things that 17 is saying and that other people are saying on shows and whatnot. I just don't believe all the extraordinary shit anymore. You know, med beds, maybe. I know we've got technology that we don't know about. You know, we're probably 75 to 150 years behind the public is on what we know about our technology. We always have been. I mean, just think about when the SR-71 Blackbird came out. You remember? We seen it in the event or in the X-Men for years and years. It was just comic book mythology. Then all of a sudden they start talking about it, and we start seeing it for real. That's how that's how they get away with what they do. It's We take it as mythology and urban legend and whatnot, but it's really what they do. All the movies and shit that we see, everything that we're conditioned or programmed to believe, it's done on purpose, y'all. This is a very ancient evil, as I've said before. It goes back to pretty much creation. You know, Alex Jones, way back in the day, was all big on the Bohemian Grove and the owl and whatnot. And he was right. You know, they do worship Moloch. They always have. You know, I don't know how to explain it. I just know that I know what I know, and I live my truth. The the all the voter fraud that was so rampant in the it was. I mean, I didn't even know about some of the stuff that Mike Lindell exposed in his documentary Absolute Truth, Absolute Proof. I just saw what I seen happen live on TV election night, and I know that the way they came in was statistically impossible. I know that Donald John Trump signed an executive order back in 2018 calling for the seizure of all assets of anyone caught, be they foreign or domestic, interfering in the United States election. MSM and see the some of the uh, effects of that. You know, all these CEOs stepping down, all these politicians stepping down all over the world. This whole COVID thing was. I'm not saying there's not a new virus out there that we've never experienced before. I'm saying, where did the flu go for millennia? Every year it changes. There's a new strain every year. That's all COVID 19 is a different strain of the flu that's more contagious, a little bit more dangerous, but it's nothing we've never dealt with. There was no sense in locking down the entire world the way that they did it for their agenda. POTUS can't do it by himself. He's the only man that could do anything about it. He is in the process. But we've got to spread the word. We've got to continue to wake up the people. There are some people out there that really, really, really believe every word that comes out of that TV when they're watching the news. Y'all, they're lying. Who is Anderson Cooper? You know, Anderson Cooper used to work for the CIA. Anderson Cooper is Gloria Vanderbilt's son. I'm not trying to get into no uh, pedo gate and whatnot. I've got my own feelings on that. I know what I know about that. I've talked to people involved in that. So there you go. But Anderson Cooper, Gloria Vanderbilt's son, member of the CIA. You reckon he went from being a secret agent to a news anchor man just because he wanted to? Or you reckon he was trained inside an organization that would change people's thoughts on certain things if they were inundated with the same Mockingbird shit over and over and over again. And it's part of marketing, repetition. It sells things. That's what's happened to our consciousness over the decades and centuries. They had us locked down. They still have some people locked down. People are scared for their lives, what they're going to do, how they're going to survive. You know, the lockdown, yeah, lock down your borders. Do that every day. Have checks on who's coming in and out of your country. Make sure you know who it is. But locking down people individually inside their homes, can't even go to a funeral, can't go to the hospital, can't go, don't fucking want to go to Walmart. You know, I ain't trying to get off on no conspiracy theorist stuff here. That's what I devote most of my shows to is conspiracies. But this is not conspiracy. The it's us against the establishment, y'all. Donald Trump was not an establishment politician. He was an entertainer, a hell of a rich entertainer that decided he didn't like how the American people were being done. He's always had access to the club. He just chose not to participate. Him and John John were best friends. John John was on a mission. You don't think Donald Trump was part of it? I do. Again, parts of it are true, parts of it are not. I've I told somebody this. I don't know who it was, but you got you got 17th letter. I need to do like Raven and make some charts. I ain't got no dry erase board. But so I don't feel like doing all this over and over again. But you got 17th letter. People that follow them, Trump followers. Well, I don't really know how to get to that part. But 17th letter, anons, Trump followers, conspiracy theorists, whatever. You got anonymous. The point of all this is I'm trying to distinguish between Q, QAnon. Anonymous, QAnons, deplorables. You know, I'm a patriot. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. I heard him. I started following, listening, reading, decoding, thinking. A couple of the wild, I was huge on Facebook. Anyway, they deleted all my shit. But I was sitting here watching uh, Right Side broadcast on the Mount Rushmore fireworks night. And I had said previously that that would be a great night for, JFK Jr. to come back. Him and Princess Diana and Michael Jackson come riding down off the top of that mountain in the limo that his daddy got shot in. That would have been awesome. But I read in a chat room or somewhere, somebody else said that same exact thing. And I was like, wow. But, that didn't happen. And that's when I started falling off the bandwagon. Don't get me wrong, I still believe. I'm still a patriot. And I still believe in POTUS. I think the capital city, Washington D.C., is locked in. I think that when Donald Trump became president, everything changed because he was an outsider. He wasn't part of the deep state. Like he first became president, he went to Saudi Arabia. They capitulated to him. He danced holding the king's sword or whatever. That don't happen unless you are transferring power or whatever. So that happened. Then he went to and he took part in a ritual that don't happen unless you're being invited into the fold. You're part, you're seizing power or whatever. Then he went to Rome and he fucking dogged the Pope and tickled his hand and made fun of him and the looks that they were giving the rat bastard. It's all you have to do is just open your eyes and you can see exactly. And I've gotten on the bandwagon of the new king or whatnot, but seems that that's all been unfounded or whatnot. But I still agree with some of the things that he said because that's the way I've always believed. I believe that the Bible has been corrupted. I don't know how exactly. I know where and when, and I don't know what all has changed. I don't know what's real anymore. And I believe that's what's wrong with this world we live in is nobody knows. anything. Way back in antiquity and whatnot, they still talked about stuff. The old people would talk to the children around the campfire and tell them things about what had been going on. But we don't know anymore. It's all crazy. But anyway, y'all, I'll be back. I got things to do, but I will be back. I'm on this. I just don't know how I do all this stuff yet. But Donald Trump still got this. He's finna come out with his own Freedom Network or whatever. That's gonna be awesome. He said he'd be back in some form. I personally feel it'll be as the 16th president of the Republic of the United States after Grant, because that's when it was all tumultuated with. But in any case, this has been Bumping the Night Paranormal. I'm your host, Bevo369. I am out.